American live streamer Darren Jason Watkins Jr., popularly known as IShowSpeed, is currently in Nairobi, Kenya, as part of his Speed Does Africa tour, a 28-day live stream journey across 20 African countries. His arrival in the capital sparked massive public interest, with large crowds gathering during live streams in markets, public parks, and major landmarks. Fans followed him through the city in real time, turning ordinary locations into viral hotspots and drawing global attention to Nairobi. During his first day in Kenya, IShowSpeed's YouTube channel surpassed 48 million subscribers, gaining more than 360,000 new followers while he was in Nairobi. The surge was driven by high live stream viewership and widespread sharing of clips across social media platforms. Several moments from the visit went viral, including an interaction at Kenyatta Market where Speed was seen generously overpaying a local vendor. The clip circulated globally within hours, drawing praise for the spontaneous gesture. The visit also featured high-profile experiences, including a helicopter tour over Nairobi and a live-streamed visit to Nairobi National Park, offering millions of viewers around the world a real-time view of Kenya's urban and natural landscapes. Kenya's tourism and government representatives welcomed the streamer, viewing the visit as an opportunity to promote the country's culture, creativity, and tourism potential to a global digital audience. President William Ruto welcomed IShowSpeed to Kenya because the visit represents far more than entertainment. It is a strategic moment of global visibility. With millions of young viewers watching Speed's live streams in real time, Kenya's streets, culture, people, and energy were being broadcast instantly to the world. For the government, this kind of exposure rivals, and in some ways surpasses, traditional tourism campaigns. By welcoming him, President Ruto positioned Kenya as open, modern, and culturally vibrant, using digital influence as a tool of soft power to showcase the country to a global, youth-driven audience. Beyond visibility, the welcome also aligned with Kenya's push toward the creative and digital economy. IShowSpeed's influence among Gen Z mirrors the future demographic Kenya wants to attract: creators, innovators, and young travelers. His visit highlighted Kenya not just as a safari destination, but as a living, urban, creative hub connected to global internet culture. In that sense, the welcome was symbolic, a signal that Kenya understands the power of digital media, embraces cultural exchange, and is ready to meet the world where the world now gathers online. But who exactly is IShowSpeed? Where did he come from and why is he so famous? Imagine a young kid in Cincinnati, Ohio, born January 21, 2005, sitting in front of a computer, a headset on, talking to a camera no one's watching yet. That kid was Darren Jason Watkins Jr., later known to millions as IShowSpeed or just Speed. Created in 2016, his YouTube channel started like many others. Casual gameplay, NBA 2K, Fortnite, a boy sharing what he loves with the internet. His earliest streams pulled in almost no viewers, sometimes just 2 people. But Darren kept talking, kept gaming, kept streaming. He did not just play games, he performed in front of a camera that, at the time, hardly anyone noticed. There was no master plan. He just loved what he was doing: competition, reactions, energy, humor, and predictability. What would later become his trademark? Explosiveness. From barking like a dog to spontaneous outbursts, was genuine youthful expression long before it became content strategy. Early watchers didn't know it yet, but they were seeing something that the algorithm would eventually amplify far beyond his wildest dreams. The turning point didn't come from a big collab, a famous guest, or millions in ad revenue. It came from clips. Around 2021, moments from his live streams, his over-the-top reactions, raw emotional expression, and absurd humor were cut into short clips and shared on platforms like TikTok. Suddenly, millions who'd never seen him before were laughing at his reactions and sharing them with friends. In a few short months, he hit 100,000 subscribers. Then 1 million. In 2022, he reached 10 million subscribers, seemingly overnight. This rapid ascent wasn't a slow grind, it was a viral explosion. His personality wasn't refined, but it was authentic, unpredictable, and intensely watchable. Some saw it as chaotic energy, others saw a mirror of the internet itself, wild, electric, and unfiltered. His fame wasn't just digital. Clips turned into memes, reactions spread, and even other creators began reacting to IShowSpeed clips. In a way, his fame fed itself. IShowSpeed became a new kind of streamer. It showed the importance of authenticity in style, persona, and content. Traditional gaming streamers often focused on skill or strategy. IShowSpeed brought something different. Entertainment. He blended gaming with comedy, variety content, unpredictable IRL moments, and what you might call performance activism. Games became just one component, his energy, reactions, and unpredictability became the real show. He was childish, chaotic, passionate, and unfiltered. Gamers laughed when he barked at the camera. Viewers tuned in after he rage-quit games. Clips of him interacting with games like Talking Ben the dog didn't just grow his channel, they revitalized interest in the game itself. His live reactions turned everyday gaming into internet folklore. But that raw emotional style came with downsides. This does not come without controversies and community backlash. No internet career of this scale is without controversy. Speed's unfiltered style meant that lines were sometimes crossed. His broadcasts occasionally included aggressive, offensive, or insensitive remarks, which caused backlash and resulted in bans, including from platforms like Twitch and games like Valorant. Some clips showed him saying inappropriate things during streams or engaging in stunts that drew scrutiny. Media attention followed, not always flattering. Some fans defended his character as comedy and performance, others criticized it as reckless or harmful. Controversies are not unique to Speed, but they became part of the narrative arc of his rise, proof that viral fame doesn't always equal careful judgment. IShowSpeed's mainstream crossover to music, sports, and beyond. Unlike many creators who stay safely inside the video game ecosystem, IShowSpeed branched out to rap and music. In 2022, Speed signed with Warner Records and released World Cup, a song that became a viral hit, streaming millions of times and charting internationally. He didn't just live stream, he performed. Music gave him another platform and expanded his audience beyond gaming and meme culture into mainstream entertainment. He engaged in sports. His love for football, especially his passion for Cristiano Ronaldo, wasn't just background commentary. He lived it. He attended matches, interacted with fans, and even participated in charity football games alongside other influencers and athletes. This blend of digital creator, music artist, and fan personality made him something new, a hybrid entertainer in the digital age. In real life, IRL, and world tours. Connecting with a global audience. After dominating gaming content, Speed evolved into IRL, in real life, live streaming, taking the camera outside the studio and into the world. In 2024 and 2025, he embarked on massive live stream travel tours, Europe tour, visiting over a dozen countries, streaming culture, food, and fan interactions, amassing billions of views. Speed Does America, a 35-day non-stop live stream across the United States. Speed Does Africa, a 28-day tour across 20 African countries in early 2026, where he rapidly gained millions of subscribers, including breaking local engagement records in places like Kenya. In these tours, Speed doesn't just play games, he immerses in cultures, talks with fans, and shares real-world experiences in real time. He's not just a streamer anymore, he's a global cultural broadcaster. The phenomenon. Records, recognition, and influence. By early 2026, Speed's YouTube subscriber count soared past 48 million, blowing past records in countries like Kenya within hours of live content. In 2025, he was also named Most Influential Creator by Rolling Stone, at the peak of a dominant year as the most watched streamer on YouTube gaming. His influence isn't just numbers, it's impact. Local governments embrace him as a modern cultural ambassador. Fans young and old mobilize around his livestream events. His content shapes trends from games to travel to music. It's his personality, the man behind the chaos. So who is Speed beyond the streams? He's energetic and unfiltered. He's known for explosive reactions, off-the-cuff humor, emotional authenticity, willingness to take risks on camera. These traits make him unpredictable, and that unpredictability is a huge part of his appeal. Speed keeps his private life relatively guarded, although bits and pieces, like his relationship with social media personality Amani Renee, Dream, filter through in social streams. He grew up in Cincinnati, experienced humble beginnings, and carried a sense of sincerity in his early years, before global fame transformed his life forever. So, what makes IShowSpeed one of the most fascinating internet figures of this generation? He's not just a gamer. He's not just a streamer. He's not just a musician. He's a symbol of a new kind of media personality, one who bridges gaming, IRL lifestyle, global culture, comedy, and music. Uses live streaming as real-time storytelling. Turns personality into community identity. Speed's story is not a template, it's a phenomenon. A testament to how the internet can elevate someone authentic, chaotic, unpredictable, and utterly itself, into a figure that millions follow not just for moments, but for presence. IShowSpeed's journey, from a kid with a camera to a global live broadcasting titan, reflects not just one person's rise, but the changing shape of fame itself. In an age where screens connect every corner of the world in real time, creators like Speed are not just content producers, they are cultural beacons, broadcasters of the digital era. He freelances reality with performance, impulsivity with charisma, and controversy with acclaim. Love him or criticize him, his impact is undeniable.